Okay. So I think I'm audible, right? Okay.
Yes.
Fine. So I request all of you to mute also, so that if you have any doubts, we can take the doubts as well. So very importantly, ಈ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನಾನು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂಡ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಇಟ್ to our understanding and we have dissected each of these concept. Okay, current affairs of national and regional importance ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ 2024 1st of January in the at least start reading current affairs. Okay, as I told, rely on the Foresight magazine, and apart from that, we'll be covering extensively from the different sources. Do not waste much of times on current affairs. So, attend the class thoroughly, and the notes which we give is more than sufficient. So, 10 to at least 15 questions illinda expect ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, but we should not leave or we should not taken for granted. This is this also general science. This is very important. Okay, and the particular mentor will definitely discuss about the general science ಏನೇನು ಓದಬೇಕು ಅಂತ, ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ 6 to 10th ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಇಂದಾನೆ ಟೀಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇದಾವೆ, ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇದಾವೆ, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. Coming to Indian history, this is very important, and Karnataka history. So, and next is Indian geography and Karnataka geography. These two are like the core of the syllabus. Any exam you take KPSC, you just analyze, you will get from Indian history itself around 20 questions, 20 to 25 questions you will get. 50% of the paper is these two subjects. Okay, this is I'm telling you, very important, Indian history and Karnataka history. Then again, Indian geography and Karnataka geography. They have given the same as per the syllabus. General mental ability around 8 to 10 questions. Okay, and if you want to refer, if you have a book, Manjunath Badagi sir books is fine. Otherwise, the class note which we give, the expert or the mentor will take, who is having a good experience in qualifying multiple exam banking sector. So they'll be teaching what are those important areas for the examination. Okay, need not to do PhD in this. Okay, ಈ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಏನೇನ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಮೇಡ್, and please do attend class. Very important, very important. Syllabus ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. This also very important. Around some 15 to 20 questions you can expect. Then it varies, but definitely this weightage they give, and this is a new concept, new things they have introduced: public administration and rural development. So I think we have to take this very smartly. We will be doing this. ಸೊ ಯಾವುದೇ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್ ಇದೆ, RDPR ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಆ ಬುಕ್ಕು ನಾನು ಸಜೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಡೋಂಟ್ ರೀಡ್ ಎನಿ ಬುಕ್, ರಿಲೇ ಆನ್ ದ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ lectures and the notes. Okay, so in a short time you have to rely on the resources which is given by the mentor. Science and technology mostly current affairs cover ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So this is we have updated for previously KS ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ್ಲೂ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ. So directly they have asked many questions from that as well. So Indian economy, again, I'm not going to tell much about that. So these are the domains of the experts. They'll be taking this. So for your information, these are the subjects we have. Okay. So this is mine. They have given me environment, and they told me, they instructed me to take environment and cover everything which is related with environment. And so I'll be telling all this, what are the things that is studying in the environment today. And day to day practical science, this also include okay, what are the things that we use in day to day life. Okay, and related with physics, chemistry ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, science and technology ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಕವರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, general science. So these are the broad syllabus. GS is okay. GS, it seems to be, very short, but syllabus is vast. Okay, bada syllabus length irutte, but I'll tell you so how we need to go about it. ಇವತ್ತಿನ lecture ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಅದೇ ನಾನು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. So please make sure that you take care all the things. So okay, so then you can see the chapters in the environment. So very importantly, ಇಲ್ಲಿ environment just ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ, environment is a part of our syllabus for AO exam, and even for veterinary officer also, and for even if you are writing KPSC KAS, already date has been announced, right? So in December, it is going to be in December. If you read this, if you are trying for the KS, definitely beyond this, nothing can come. So that I can assure you. So some of the important chapters which we have to read for the exam. So ಮೊದಲು ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ವೈಸ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಸೊ ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾಬಿಟ್ಯಾಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, and ecosystem, principles of ecology, functions of ecosystem, trophic level, food chain, food web, ecological pyramids, and biological biogeochemical cycle. So these are the basic level. So this is not much tough, and especially questions ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಿರೋದು ಯಾವ ತರ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟರ್ಮಿನಾಲಜಿಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಬಿಟ್ಯಾಟ್, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಕೋಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್, ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಜನ ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಟ್ರಾಫಿಕ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಟ್ರಾಫಿಕ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ನಂಬರ್ and biomass based on energy. Okay, these things we can expect, and ecological pyramids. So some of the questions we can expect, we will go through that as well. Then coming to wetland ecosystems, ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು wetland ecosystems ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ವೆನ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ರಾಮ್ಸಾರ್ ಕನ್ವೆನ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ಅಂಡ್ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ರಾಮ್ಸಾರ್ ಸೈಟ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಮ್ಸಾರ್ ಸೈಟ್ಸ್ ಯಾವ್ದಾವ್ದು ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ರೀಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಯಾವ್ದಾವ್ದು ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಮ್ಸಾರ್ ಸೈಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಅಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ biodiversity. See, this I am going to tell, biodiversity is a big chapter. You cannot expect me to cover entire thing in the, like, see, this cannot be, entire chapter cannot be covered in lecture 2. So we will divide this. I'll tell you lecture 1 ನಲ್ಲಿ, please understand this. It may be class, different classes, maximum 2 classes will be there, sometime 3 or sometime 4. So depends on the depth of or the ಏನಂದ್ರೆ depends of the chapters it covers. Okay, see, this lecture 2 may take 2 to not 2, max at least 3 to 4 classes required to cover this entire chapters. Okay, what I am trying to say, ನಾನು ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಈ ಬಯೋಡೈವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಇಫ್ ಐ ವಾಂಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಬಯೋಡೈವರ್ಸಿಟಿ, just I'll try to mention some of the things. Okay, biodiversity ಬಂದಾಗ we need to study about what are the protected areas, biodiversity reserves ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, protected areas ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ದೆನ್ ವೈಲ್ಡ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಸ್ಯಾಂಚುರೀಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ದೆನ್ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಅದರ್ ಸ್ಯಾಕ್ರೆಡ್ ಗ್ರೂವ್ಸ್, ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂಡ್ again in biodiversity, when we talk, there is a legislation concept of biodiversity. So many acts are there. Okay, starting from Wildlife Protection Act 1972, in the Environment Protection Act 1986, even Wildlife Protection Act recently which got amendment. So ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಕ್ಯಾಟಗರೈಸ್ಡ್ ಇದಾವೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಶೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್ 1, ಶೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್ 2, 3, 4, ಈ ಥರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಪೀಶೀಸ್ ಬರ್ತವೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ಸ್. ಐ ಎಂಟೈರ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ ಡೇ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಇವನ್ ಯುನೆಸ್ಕೋಸ್ ಬಯೋಡೈವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಹೆರಿಟೇಜ್ ಸೈಟ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಬಯೋಡೈವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಅದರಲ್ಲೇ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೇರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕ್ರಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಬಿಟ್ಯಾಟ್ ರೈಟ್ಸ್, ಕ್ರಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಬಿಟ್ಯಾಟ್ ರೈಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಯೋಡೈವರ್ಸಿಟಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಪೀಶೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಾಗ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಡೆಪ್ತ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ ಸ್ಪೀಶೀಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ಕೀಸ್ಟೋನ್ ಸ್ಪೀಶೀಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ಫ್ಲಾಗ್ ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಯೋಡೈವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಕನ್ಸರ್ವೇಷನ್, ಅಗೇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಟು so many programs are there which is conducted by government of India, and the programs which is conducted by government of Karnataka. So okay, and these initiatives, okay, then policies, ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಓದ್ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. It's very important for the exam. So okay, and eco-sensitive zones, these are some of the important, like recent Supreme Court directions. Okay, and under which act eco-sensitive zones are declared. ಇವೆಲ್ಲ it keeps added. Okay, because of KPSC evolving and questions being diversified, as per that we need to include all this in the syllabus. And very importantly, conventions on different conventions are there. They takes place every year. We came across with only, you might have UNFCCC ಇದೇ ನಾವು ಕೇಳಿರ್ತೀವಿ, but there are different convention with respect to different aspects of environment include everything, right? Just like what aquatic ಒಂದು ಏನೋ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, pollution related, aquatic, environment related, global warming. There are a lot of conventions that we are going to discuss. Okay, and like Minamata Convention for pollution, mercury, and there are some other conventions like Stockholm Convention. for the persistent organic pollutants, and a Rotterdam Convention. Different conventions are there. That's very important for the examination point of view. And wildlife sanctuaries, as I told, wildlife sanctuaries allo aste you can expect a good number of questions, and they ask wildlife sanctuaries particularly protected for a particular species, peacock agirbodu, and some other species which are protected, peacock, and there is Chinkara Wildlife Sanctuary, and there are so many like Ram Durga Sanctuary, Wildlife Sanctuary is well known for the vultures. Athara specifically ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ that we have to cover very importantly. And sometime wildlife sanctuaries ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ river ಹೋಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸಮ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ಸ್, ಓಕೆ. ಟೈಗರ್ ರಿಸರ್ವ್ಸ್, ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟೈಗರ್, ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಬಾಡಿ ವಿಚ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ಸ್ ದಿ what is tiger population, okay, and many other thing, tiger census ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಕವರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ವಿತ್ ದಿಸ್. ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಲೀವ್ ಇಟ್, ಲೈಕ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಡಿಗ್ರೇಡೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಅಷ್ಟೇನು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಸಮ್ ಕನ್ವೆನ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. UN convention to address land degradation. Climate change is also very important. You can expect some of the recent developments, especially IPCC reports ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, some conventions, as I told. So that becomes very important. Greenhouse gases, as again I told you, n number of greenhouse gases ಇದಾವೆ, ಅದು ನಾವು ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. So what are their sources? So this can be a little bit important topics. It becomes solid waste. Again, solid waste ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾಟಗರೈಸ್ ಬಂದು ಕಲರ್ ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಲೈಕ್ ಬ್ಲೂ ಕಲರ್ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ ವಾಟ್, ರೆಡ್ ಕಲರ್ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್, ಬ್ಲೂ ಅಂಡ್ ಯೆಲ್ಲೋ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್. ಈ ತರ ಇ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಲಿಸೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಪಾಲಿಸೀಸ್ ತಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಲೈಕ್ ರೀಸೆಂಟ್ ಅಮೆಂಡ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಹೈ ಪಲ್ಯೂಟಿಂಗ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರೀಸ್. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಸಮ್ ಹೆವಿ ಮೆಟಲ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಆರ್ ಕಾಸಿಂಗ್ ಪಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆರ್ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಡಿಪ್ಲೀಷನ್, ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಪಲ್ಯೂಷನ್. ಸೊ ಆರ್ಸೆನಿಕ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ such kind of things we need to read. And urban heat island. So these are the emerging some of the concept. Coral reef, again important types kuda important agutte. Different types of coral reefs with respect to its distribution is also important. So Andaman Nicobar agirbodu, Lakshadweep, and there are distribution, and also coral degradation ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ coral bleaching ಅಂತೀವಿ. And there is also some technology which is coming to restore it, biorock technology ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. So all these is our evolving concept, and we need to update
ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್
it.
ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು.
Okay. ಮತ್ತೆ
ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
please somebody mute it. So I request the participant to keep mute. Okay, then national important legislation ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ with respect to environment acts ಎಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ದಿ ಆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ವೈಲ್ಡ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, 1986. ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇದಾವೆ. ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ಲಿ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಥ್ರೂ ಪಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್, ವಾಟರ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್, ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಮೇನ್ ಥೀಮ್ಸ್. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಲೆಜಿಸ್ಲೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಬಾಡೀಸು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಲೈಕ್ ವೈಲ್ಡ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್, ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ವೈಲ್ಡ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ವೈಲ್ಡ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. Okay, and coastal regulation zones are also become very important chapters. Okay, there are four categories of zones, zone 1 2 3 4. So ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸೊ that also very important. Blue flag certificates, again this is very important concepts. So how many fact level also important, some concepts are also important. Then last, environment current affairs will also be there with respect to national and Karnataka. So this is, you can consider as a current affairs related. Most of the questions will come from this area. And more, and the last is PYQ analysis. This we have done. This is very important. Sometime we tend to bring some of the previous year questions of KPSC here, but most of the time we take this last in the last. Okay, previous batch go ಅಷ್ಟೇ ನಾವು geography ಮುಗ್ದಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ we have taken PYQ at least 4-5 years, 4-5 exams PYQ analysis ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. So especially when it comes to like AS prelims, environment geography ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, and AC SAD, and all this group A and group E question paper will be taken, and thoroughly will try to understand. So my sincere request to all of you is, please do not miss any classes. Okay, and it will be a, and do not give a gap. I understand Dasara ಬರ್ತಿದೆ, but still some find a time to at least watch the recorded videos. Okay, if not possible to join the live classes, at least you try to join, listen the classes, and be updated yourself. Okay, so let's just start today's important session with respect to environment. So usually, so like if am I going fast or should I slow it?
So the speed is okay.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Yes, sir. The speed is okay, sir.
Good, good. Okay, fine. Thank you. So let's start the important session. And I'll be using in between Kannada as well as English. Okay. ಸೊ ಈ ಲೆಕ್ಚರ್ ಒನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಏನೇನು ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಹ್ಯಾಬಿಟ್ಯಾಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಎಕೋಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್, ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕಾಲಜಿ, ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕೋಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್, ಟ್ರಾಫಿಕ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್, food chain, food web, ecological pyramid, and this biogeochemical cycle. Apart among this, some terminologies will be mentioned, so that is important. Then functions, this trophic levels are important, and this ecological pyramids and biogeochemical cycle. So these are some of the important part in the lecture. So needless to say, environment ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಟೆಲಿಂಗ್ ಯು. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಲುಕಿಂಗ್ ಅರೌಂಡ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್, ಕೆಲವೊಮ್ಮೆ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಸರೌಂಡ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ವಿತ್ ಗುಡ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ the environment will pollute if you surround with the bad people with a bad habit. ಆ ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಪೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಓಕೆ, ಅದೇ ತರ ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಲೈಕ್, ಅಗೇನ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಗಿವ್ ಯು ಒನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್. ಈಗ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಕೂತಿರ್ತೀರಾ. ಸೊ ಯು ಮೈಟ್ ಬಿ ಸಿಟಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಟೇಬಲ್. ಓಕೆ, ಯು ಮೈಟ್ ಬಿ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಲ್ಯಾಪ್ಟಾಪ್, ಯು ಮೈಟ್ ಬಿ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಚಾರ್ಜರ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಲ್ಯಾಪ್ಟಾಪ್, ಮೌಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಬರೆಯಕ್ ಬುಕ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಅ ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟ್. Just it's like I'll tell you, that is example with respect to our own place environment. ನಾನು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಅದೇ ತರ ನೀವು when you talk about environment outside of you, you will see so many plants, animals. Okay, you see many different living and non living organisms ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So this constitute about environment. Environment is nothing but just a sum total of all living and non-living elements and their effect on human life, how these things are impacting the human life. So this is about environment. And if I talk about environment as a study, it goes back to 18th century. Okay, and almost the we can give a credit to Alexander von Helmont. Okay, so so Alexander von Helmont can be given a credit as a father of environment, but nowhere they ask in the exam, but just remember them. But coming to another important terminology is habitat. So we may get confused with environment and habitat. So just I wanted to have a look at here. So this is a desert. I think ಎಲ್ರು ಹೋಗಿರ್ತೀರಾ, ಥಾರ್ ಡೆಸರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. So Sahara Desert, if you have a chance to go there. So this is a desert, right? And this is a animal. Okay, camel is an animal. So it means what? The habitat for camel is desert, ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಕ್ಯಾಮಲ್ಗೆ habitat ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? Desert. And see, there is one more plant here that is called as, can you anyone tell? Cactus, right? So cactus is a plant and its habitat is desert. Okay, and the entire desert we can consider as a ecosystem. Still I'll tell you, I'll try to say you see uh, if somebody ask you, ಈಗ ಯಾರನ್ನ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, what is the natural habitat for fish ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, what do you say? Is it water or soil?
Water. It's water.
Water. It means habitat is a physical place. Okay, it's a place where that particular organism lives. So if I ask, camel is an animal, what is a natural habitat for the camel?
Desert only.
Desert only. Means desert is a habitat, but ecosystem will, so we'll just try to understand what is habitat. Okay, so habitat is a part of ecosystem. Habitat is a micro unit. So you understand when they give, so we'll come to that. Habitat is a micro unit. So, something consider, this is this is entire what is called as university. Okay, and there is one department, maybe say animal husbandry or some agronomy or genetics. So this particular unit, the small unit, we categorized as habitat. Then does ecosystem consist of many habitats? So how many habitats does that ecosystem will have? We'll see that one. So then next moving to ecosystem. So ecosystem ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅದನ್ನ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. Okay. See, ecosystem is a community of living organism and their physical environment and that interact with each other. I'll just give you one example. Like say there is one plant. Okay. Everyone will understand. Okay. Plant is a living organism. Here it is mentioned living organism. And what is the non-living organism for the plants?
Soil,
Soil,
sunlight,
Nutrients.
nutrients, water, then air, right? So
sunlight.
sunlight, okay. So do you think plant will survive without the nutrients, without the soil, without the water?
No, sir, it's
No,
not
right?
possible.
It is not possible. It means what? There is an interaction. Okay, there is interaction is going on. Okay, this please you understand. This interaction is going. Take example of, please, I request the participant to mute it. Okay. See, take example of pond. Okay. There is one fish here. Okay. Just take out that fish out. Will it survive? It won't survive because fish need water to survive. It will interact. Why water is important? It has to take oxygen. Okay, it has to take nutrient and all, right? It is a medium where it survives. It means ecosystem require the interaction between living and the non-living and their physical environment. So that is the ecosystem. See, UPSC has asked the same question. I just wanted to show you. So many will, make a mistake here. So if anyone can answer this, please quickly. Which one of the following is the best description of ecosystem?
Sir, kindly scroll it, sir.
Option A,
C,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
C,
sir.
sir.
Okay, see, I'll tell you, many of them told about A and some told C. Okay, so
C.
that is how they make a
C.
difference. Anyone other option?
Option A.
Okay, option A. Okay, many option A. Definitely, see,
C. Option C.
example ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ? These questions are tempted questions. ಈಗ ಕೆಲವೊಬ್ರಿಗೆ ಐಸ್ ಕ್ರೀಮ್ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಐಸ್ ಕ್ರೀಮ್ ಮಾರೋನ್ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಐಸ್ ಕ್ರೀಮ್ ಬಂತು ಅಂತ
Option C.
ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್
Yes,
ಆರ್
sir.
ಲೈಕ್ ಟೆಂಪ್ಟೆಡ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್. ಎಸ್, ಎನಿವೇ, ಸೊ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಕೇಮ್. Understand which of the following is the best description of the term. Okay, a community of organism interacting with one another. Yes, it will be the answer ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಒಂದೇ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ಅದರ್, ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ರೀಡ್ ಅದರ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್. ಓಕೆ, ಒಂದೇ ಸಲ ಎಮೋಷನ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಡಿ. ಟುಮಾರೋ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ದ ಆಫೀಸರ್. Some politician will come, he will cry. Okay, or some farmer will come, he will start crying. Okay, and he will tell, I don't have fertilizer, and if he start crying, you will give it. So you will be the answerable for the government. So such type of question test your emotional intelligence. So that is very important. Okay, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಸಡನ್ ಆಗಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಡಿ. 4 ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ನೋಡಕ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದೆ ಇದು? ಎ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ ಇಂಟರಾಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ಒನ್ ಅನದರ್. ಸೊ ವಿಲ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ, ಸ್ಪೀಶೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಎ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ ಇಂಟರಾಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಒನ್ ಅನದರ್. ಸೇ ಫಾರ್ ಅನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಫಿಶ್ ಇದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಅಂಡ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಫಿಶ್ is a, it is one species ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. Okay, and in lake you will find fish. The state, there are so many fish. What is saying? Community of organ interacting with one another. Fish is interacting with another fish, or fish is interacting with another, like maybe some creature, some aquatic animal. So that is not the definition of ecosystem. What I said, it is fish is interacting with the non-living things, or fish is interacting, or plant ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, plant. Okay, plant is interacting with the soil, water, sunlight ಎಲ್ಲ. So third statement, see, a community of organism together with the environment in which they live. So this is the appropriate definition. It is bringing the environment in which they live. Okay, the part of earth which is inhabited by living organism. What is this? The part of earth which is inhabited by living organism. It is called as biosphere.
Habitat.
Habitat ಅನ್ಬೋದು, biosphere, biome ಅಂತಾನೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. Okay, and flora and fauna of the geographical area. So flora is what? The plants, right? And fauna is for the animal.
Animals.
Okay.
Animals.
So ಈ ತರ ನೋಡೋದು ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ದಿಸ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅಟೆಂಪ್ಟ್, ಬಂದಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಅಟೆಂಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಡಿ. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲನೇಷನ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಹಿಯರ್. But these things, before that, ecology, ecosystem, I guess you understood. So it is not just the interaction of organism with one another, but interaction with the environment in which they are living. So plant is there. So plant is an species. It is interacting with the environment in which it is living. It is in fact, it is interacting with the soil, water, sunlight, everything. So that constitutes the ecosystem. Okay, and ecology ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ? Ecology is study of how living things interact. ಇದನ್ನ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡೋದನ್ನೇ like how soil is interacting with the plant, how water is being pumped inside the roots and taken up by the plants. ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಎಕಾಲಜಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಸ್ಟಡಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಲಾಜಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಸೊ ಹೂ ಇಸ್ ದ ಫಾದರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕಾಲಜಿ? Okay, Ernest Haeckel. Ernest Haeckel is the father of ecology.
Ernest Haeckel.
Yeah, good. Ernest Haeckel is the father of ecology. But just remember, so and ecosystem can be natural irutte and man-made, artificially create ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. So like paddy field ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, wetland ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, like lakes ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, right? So ecosystem can be anything. It not just necessarily natural. Okay, ecosystem ಬಂದಾಗ interaction ಆಗ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ like this with both abiotic and biotic factor. So this is very important. I think not needless to say what is abiotic and biotic factor, right? So ಗೊತ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ. Okay, and coming to another important aspect, see, this is very important uh, question they have asked. The place where two major biological communities meet and blend is called as, so anyone CTI ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಭಾಗದವ್ರು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು?
Ecosystem, sir. First option.
Okay.
Ecotone.
Okay. Ecotone. Ecotone is the right answer. We will understand what is ecotone. Okay. ಈ ತರ terms ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. And see, ecotone, how many of you have visited beaches or mangroves or even estuaries also? See, suppose consider this is okay, this is land and this is filled with water. You can find some typical ecosystem here. It is territorial ecosystem, I mean land, and this is aquatic ecosystem, and in between this where two ecosystems are meeting. One is aquatic and other territorial. So such type of the intermediate part is called as ecotone. Okay, so we'll see another through our examples here. I think if you understood the terminology. Okay, just look at here this diagram. This is very important. Ecotonally, it's a transitional region. Okay, this is very important. See, it's a land is there and aquatic ecosystem is there, and this is called as marsh area, andre wetland tara irutte. So where you can see some different type of species here. Which type of in ecotown some species grows? You remember what that called as? Mangroves. Mangroves anta.
Mango.
So tell me, which is the area having largest mangrove in India?
Sundarbans, sir.
Sundarbans.
Okay, where is Sundarbans?
West Bengal and Bangladesh, sir.
Very good. So it covers in West Bengal and Bangladesh, because West Bengal borders Bangladesh, right? Okay. And coming to various levels of this ecological organisms that we will understand. So this is also very important. So hope we will go through this very detailed in a minute. Before that, ecological niche is very important. Please try to understand this. I'll tell you, this is very, very important concept. Ecological niche andre ಏನಂತ example ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. So see, uh, do you accept that each of us is unique?
No, sir.
Are
Yes, sir.
everyone are same,
Yes,
or
sir.
each one of you is unique?
Unique,
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 sir.
sir. We are unique.
Yeah, unique. Everyone has uniqueness. Okay. Suppose, say for an example, if ಈಗ ಮೇಬಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನಾನು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಹನಿಬಿ ಕಾಲನೀಸ್ ನೋಡಿರ್ತೀರಾ ಎಲ್ರು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ವರ್ಕರ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಸೋಲ್ಜರ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ
Queen.
ಕ್ವೀನ್
Queen.
ಅಲ್ವಾ?
King.
ಓಕೆ. ಈಗ ಸೋಲ್ಜರ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಕೆಲಸ ವರ್ಕರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ, ವರ್ಕರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಕೆಲಸ ಸೋಲ್ಜರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ ಇನ್ ದಟ್, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟ್ರೈಂಗ್ ಟು ಸೇ, ಇವನ್ ಆ ಕ್ಯಾಟಗರೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ್ಲೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಎವ್ರಿ ಬಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ರೋಲ್. ಸೇ ಫಾರ್ ಅನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಓಕೆ, ಈಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ವರ್ಕರ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ತಗೊಳೋಣ ಬೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಆಲ್ ವರ್ಕರ್ಸ್, ಓಕೆ, ಡೂ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಜಾಬ್. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಒಂದೇ ಕಡೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಅದರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್? ಇಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದ ವರ್ಕ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟೆಡ್. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಆಂಟ್ ನೋಡಿರ್ತೀರಾ? ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮೆನಿ ಆಫ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೀನ್ ದ ಆಂಟ್, ಇರುವೆ. ಇರುವೆ ನೋಡಿರ್ತೀರಲ್ವಾ? ಈಗ ಗಿಡದಲ್ಲೇ ಆಗಿರ್ಲಿ ಇರುವೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ ಈಚ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಆಂಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಈಗ ಸೇಮ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಂಟ್ ಬಂದು ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಬಿದ್ದಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಆ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಲ್ ಆಂಟ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್. ಇಫ್ ದೇ ಡೂ ಸೋ, ಆ ಥರ ಏನಾದರೂ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್, ಓಕೆ, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಸ್ಕೇರ್ಸಿಟಿ, ಸ್ಕೇರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸ್ಕೇರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಡೈ. ಬಟ್ ಆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆಂಟ್, ದೇ ವೋಂಟ್ ಡೂ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್. one ant will be going in that place and another ant will reach to some other place. It means it is distributed in a such a way there will be a no competition. If it is competition also, but competition will be very less. Understood? Understood?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ecological niche is, I just read out. Ecological niche is the role. You take the term role and the position of the species within an ecosystem, including how it survive, reproduce, and meet its need for the food and shelter. ಇರುವೆದೊಂದು ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಇರುವೆ ಒಂದೇ ಕಡೆ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ದೇರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಕೇರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಫುಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಆಂಟ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಆಂಟ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಡೈ. But that is not the principle of the natural law. The ants are adopted. Even we human beings are adopted in such a way that everyone wanted to survive. Because if suppose if all will start consuming rice, okay, it will create a scarcity. ನಾರ್ತ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಜವಾರ್ ತಿಂತಾರೆ, ಸದರ್ನ್ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗಿ ರಾಗಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ? Because each of the human being have adopted their own, they adopted different, what I can say, behavior or different food habits ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು, but just for the survival and just for their existence. Okay, ಅದೇ ತರ even the best example we can give through the this such small ants ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, bees ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. So please understand, ecological niche is an role and position of a species within ecosystem, including how it survives and reproduces and meet its need for the food and shelter. Okay, so I'll just wanted to show you one question. Please answer this. Anyone? Ecological niche is?
Option
Three.
three.
Okay.
Option C, sir.
Why can't be the answer A? Interdependence of man and plant.
No, not just man.
Okay.
Option 3.
The role
Any organism.
that an organism play in the ecosystem ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. That's all. Okay. So ಈ ತರ questions ನ expect ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. Then coming to another important concept is the levels of organism in ecosystem. See, this is very important. See, one particular species na fish, if you see one fish, okay, that you call it as individual. We as a individual, okay. And if all the fishes are there in fish tank or pond, we call it as population. So we people are population. Population census ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಯಾರ್ census population ಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? The people, okay. What is community? Community will have all other than that same species, it will have like other species also. Like ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು ನೀವು, okay. There is a crab, there is greenery, leaves all, okay. And after a community, ecosystem comes. And ecosystem and the larger ecosystem, like different in biome, you will get different ecosystems, okay. And after biome, you will get biosphere. So this is different levels of organism in ecosystem. How you can expect the question? Just to see here. So this is very important. You can understand this question they have asked in account assistant. Recently result also came. So what can be the answer here? Which one is first? Is an organism or community?
First option, sir. Organism.
Organism.
Organism ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ community See,
Population.
this is wrong. Community ಬಂದಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಎಲಿಮಿನೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. See, organism ಇದೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ population ಇದೆ,
Fourth option.
ecosystem. It is
Fourth
wrong.
option, sir.
Fourth option. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೋಡಿ,
Fourth option, right.
ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನೋಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ರೀಡ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಬಿ ಎಮೋಷನಲಿ ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆಂಟ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನಾವು ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಪೋಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಗ್ರಾಸ್ ರೂಟ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್, ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಚಾಲೆಂಜಸ್ನ ಫೇಸ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ವಿಲ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಇನ್ ಅ ವೇ it will select those who are having a very good emotional intelligence as well. ಸ್ಲೋ ಆಗೇ ಮಾಡಿ, ಬಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ನ ಪದೇ ಪದೇ ನೋಡಿ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಇದೆ ನೋಡಿ. ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ ವಿನೋ ಒನ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ ಸ್ಪೀಶೀಸು ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಸ್ಪೀಶೀಸ್. ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ ಬಂದಾಗ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ಆಲ್, ಓಕೆ, ನಾಟ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಸ್ಪೀಶೀಸ್ ಬಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ಅದರ್ ಸ್ಪೀಶೀಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಎಕೋಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಡೆಸರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಓಕೆ, ಡೆಸರ್ಟ್ ಎಕೋ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಇದು ವೆಟ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಎಕೋಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಪಾಂಡ್ ಎಕೋಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಎಕೋಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಬಯೋಮ್ ಈಸ್ ಲಾರ್ಜರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್, ಓಕೆ. ಬಯೋಮ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ದಟ್ actually we'll come to this, very important, different biomes at a different trophic levels. Though ಈ ತರ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್, ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಯು ಮೈಟ್, ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಟಾಪೆಸ್ಟ್ ಲೇಯರ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಬಯೋಮ್. ಇದರ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಟಂಡ್ರಾ, ಟೈಗಾ ಬಯೋಮ್ ಅಂತ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಅ large area having similar vegetation, similar soil, similar, like Himalayas, you can call it as a one biome because it has similar soil anta helbodu, similar vegetation, temperature, all these things, right? Biome. Landscape is like bigger than biome, just remember. So landscape is like geographical area with a variety of ecosystem that interact. Usually you can say bigger than biome, okay. And ecosphere, like nothing but biosphere ಅಂತಾನೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. So entire earth you can call it as ecosphere, wherever the living organisms exist. So in earth, everywhere living organism exist, right? So that is the reason we can call it ecosphere is the largest part, okay. So that is the important. ಆ ಥರ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಇಯರ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Then coming to principles of ecology, so this is very important. So Allen rule is important. Just many of you might be knowing, right? Himalayas, like example, elephant, the African elephant ears ನೋಡಿರ್ತೀರಾ? ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಟು ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಎಲಿಫೆಂಟ್, ರೈಟ್? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಹಾರ್ಶ್ ಇನ್ ಆಫ್ರಿಕಾ. ಸೊ it these ears they use to flap and generate the wind just to cool the temperature ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಆ ಥರ ಅಡಾಪ್ಟಿವ್ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಮೆನಿ ಆಫ್ ಯು ನೋ ಲೈಕ್ ಝೀರೋ ಫೈಟ್ಸ್ ಓದಿರ್ತೀವ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಟು ಕನ್ಸರ್ವ್ ವಾಟರ್ ದ ಲೀಫ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಸಕ್ಯುಲೆಂಟ್ and stomata will be closed during night daytime and open during night time. These are all the some morphological this physiological behaviors that exist. Okay, some very famous scientists have given Allen rule. So Allen rule is very important. So as per Allen rule, animal adopt to cold climate have shorter and thicker limbs just to protect the temperature and body appendages, then the animal adapted to warm animal. So these are the adaptation based on the region. Even you take the animals in Himalayas, okay, they have thick fur and small ears, okay. Whereas in the high temperature region, Africa and all, the ears will be large, okay. As these are this concept was given by Allen, and they have named after Allen, and it is called as Allen rule. So there are other principles of ecology. So as adoption is one principle, and you may expect also options ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತರ ಕೇಳಿ. Speciation is also very important. So speciation ಅಂದ್ರೆ like over a period evolution ತರ, like how we evolved from apes, right? So ಮಂಗನಿಂದ ಮಾನವ ಆದ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿರ್ತೀರ ಎಲ್ರು. So we evolved from the species. Speciation is nothing but like the species undergo itself into modification and adopt to a particular climate, given climate. Mutation, extinction, natural selection, evolution are some of the ecological principle. So we know Darwin's famous survival of fittest theory also, it's natural selection. And which is a book written by Darwin wrote one book. Anyone? And he conducted research. This see history of agronomy ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. He conducted one research in one island. What is the name of that island?
Archipelago.
No, Galapagos Island anta Ecuador hatra barutte. Try to see maps and all. Okay, all of you take world map and India map and Karnataka map as well. Okay, so he took Beagle as a ship name as a Beagle, and he spent almost his entire youth studying plants and all. So that's such a such a passionate he was with respect to environment. Okay, he wrote many books. So if anyone knows about his books, Theory of Natural Selection, Origin of Species in the book, yes, Galapagos, yeah. Hey, please, many of you know these things, okay, good. So functions of ecosystem ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಏನಂತ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ, see when earth is evolved, right? So they had only a single type of rock, okay. ಅಂದ್ರೆ when earth is evolved, we had simple bare rocks. So which is the oldest rock? Anyone?
Archean.
Archean rocks. Okay, rocks are the oldest rock. Okay, in this these are the primary rocks, are the first rocks to evolve. Okay, ಈ rocks ಬಂದ್ಮೇಲೆ slowly like some organisms started to colonize. Okay, so especially the lichens ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, mosses ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, and when they start occupying this, they started releasing some chemicals, acids and all, and ಆ places erosion ಆಗಿ soil ತರ convert ಆಗಿ then grass will come and occupy, and grass will be replaced by some other dominant tree. ಈ ತರ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ if this grows height and it will make shadow, it will mask, okay, and this will not survive because sunlight will not reach. So ಈ ತರ sequence ಆಗಿ ಆಗಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, and finally the tree or forest will evolve. So such type of the primary succession ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, and the end of this succession is called as climax species ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. Okay, and mostly the forest ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು and a big forest ecosystem, we call it as climax species. Andre beyond that there won't be any kind of replacement. Okay, and this is the species which appear initially, that is called as pioneer species anta heltivi. So pioneer species is the species which occupy first, and the last species is called as climax species anta heltivi. And ecological succession, that's what I explained, okay, which takes sequence and sequence. This step by step process is called as series anta heltivi. So this you remember things, and there are different types of ecological succession. I am expecting there will be a question on this also. So please go through it. I'll just explain it. Okay. So primary succession, see how it takes place. So as we saw that one, it's a development of plant community and a barren land. Okay. Secondary succession andre already one particular ಅಲ್ಲಿ develop ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. Some plants are came, but by replacing that another development of plant community and a disturbed area means already some succession has happened and some other species will come and dominate, especially ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಇದು invasive species ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. So it is applicable to in that particular area. This is very important, autogenic and allogenic succession. So this is very important. See, autogenic succession is controlled by biotic components of the ecosystem. It means, see, as we have read, right? So lichens modlu bantu matte grasses bandayto, grasses ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ it was came by small plants. Okay, so it means controlled. One plant is one plant ಇದೆ and it is creating shadow on the grass. Okay, and what is happening, the grass is over a period of time it is dying. Okay, so it means controlled by biotic components of the ecosystem. So you can tell this autogenic is succession is nothing but by same type of plants ಅಂತಾನೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. Okay, autogenic. Allogenic is controlled by abiotic, and it is not the same species, but it is different factors. Like suppose ಏನೋ ವಾಲ್ಕೆನೋ ಬಂತು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಡೆಸ್ಟ್ರಾಯ್ ಆಗಿ some other type of plant will emerge. So that is called as allogenic. So succession with a different type of species ಅಂತಾನು ಕರೀತಾರೆ. So these are very important. Then autotrophic succession is also very important, and opposite of this heterotrophic succession. Autotrophic succession ಏನಾಗುತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ, so it where the medium, especially the surface place where availability so too much of inorganic substances will be there, like minerals ಈ ತರ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಬಟ್ ಹೆಟ್ರೋಟ್ರೋಫಿಕಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಟ್ರೋಟ್ರೋಪ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತವೆ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು. ಓಕೆ, ಡಿಕಾಂಬೋಸರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಸಾಯಿಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಪೀಶೀಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್. ಸೊ ಸಚ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಕ್ಸೆಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ as heterotrophic ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಡೂ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. So this type of questions KPSC is picking, and they are asking it. So then coming to trophic level is very important part. So okay, see trophic levels andre like how we'll understand this. So how the energy is flowing in the ecosystem, or from the various, from one level to another level, right? So we know plants are the primary producers. Okay, and a rabbit will take the leaf and eat, and it consumes. And again, a snake will feed on the rabbit. We know this. This is trophic levels ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. And this eagle will feed on the snake. So as you go from bottom to top, okay, from bottom to top, the energy will decrease or increase.
Decrease.
So question ಬರುತ್ತೆ exam ಅಲ್ಲಿ, when from trophic level, from lower trophic level to higher trophic level, if you are going, the energy will decrease. Why? What is the reason? ಯಾಕೆ energy decrease ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? See, ಇಲ್ಲಿ
10% will get wasted.
yes, it will be wasted in the form of heat, metabolism, energy ಎಲ್ಲ waste ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? So that's how this is very important. See, when a rabbit is consumed, it produces 1,000 calories, and then 1,000 is converted 100 calories. So this is how the energy keeps decreasing, because the higher trophic level organism will release the energy in the form of metabolism, heat, all these things. Okay, that's very important. This concept was given by very important Ellen Hutchinson and the Raymond Lindenman. Okay, so these are two the environmental scientists who gave this concept. So we'll be studying about 10% rule also. So what is that also we'll be studying. Coming to pyramid of number. Okay, so what is the pyramid of number? So that we'll be seeing. So why we have to represent this type of this type of representation is very important. So let me tell you. So why it is important andre, so organisms na ನಾವು pyramid of number I am talking about. Okay, so this is to understand ecology in a better way. So just look at here. producers, primary producer, particular number, I'm talking about pyramid of number. Okay, it will have both upright and inverted. So this is very important. Upright, pyramid of number ಬಂದಾಗ upright ಮತ್ತೆ inverted ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಈಗ ಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಪೋಸ್ ಒನ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಏರಿಯಾ, ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಏರಿಯಾ. ಟಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಯಾವುದೇ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಸೇಫ್ ಅನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಒಂದು ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟೇ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಒಂದು ಓಕೆ ವಿಲ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಒನ್ ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್, ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ತರ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವೆನ್ಷನ್ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ 1000 square feet, ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಸ್ಪೀಶೀಸ್ ನ ಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗಿ. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ನಂಬರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಮೋರ್. ಓಕೆ, ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ದ ಬೇಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಲಾರ್ಜ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಅಬೌವ್ ಹರ್ಬಿವರಸ್, ಇದನ್ನ ಫೀಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಏರಿಯಾ 1000 square feet ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೌ ಮೆನಿ ಡೀರ್ಸ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಫೈಂಡ್? ಹಾರ್ಡ್ಲಿ ಸಮ್ 5 or 10. ಎಲ್ಲ ಡೀರ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಬಂದಿರಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಹಾರ್ಡ್ಲಿ ವಿಲ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ 5 to 10 ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದೇ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಥಿಂಗ್, ಎಕಲಾಜಿಕಲ್ ನಿಶೆ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಸೊ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ಲಿ 5 to 10. ದೆನ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಕಾರ್ನಿವರಸ್ ಟೈಗರ್ ಆ ಥರ 5-10 ಡೀರ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ 2 ಅಥವಾ 1 ಬೇಟೆ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೌ ದಿಸ್ ದಿ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಎಸ್ ಪಿರಮಿಡ್ ಆಫ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಪ್ರೈಟ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಕೀಪ್ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸಸ್ ಆಸ್ ವಿ ಮೂವ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಬಾಟಮ್ ಟು ಅಪ್, ಬಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಅಪ್ರೈಟ್, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇನ್ವರ್ಟೆಡ್. ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಒನ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಟ್ರೀ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಟ್ರೀ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಕೌಂಟ್ ಟ್ರೀ, ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಟ್ರೀ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸಿಂಗಲ್. Again in tree, there are so many consumers to feed on the tree. Okay, okay, like this beetle, okay, ladybird beetle ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, dragonfly ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. Then to feed this, there are other secondary consumers. So, okay, if you count their number in particular area, defined area, without any human intervention, their number will be more. So, ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು inverted in terms of pyramid of number ಅಂತೀವಿ. There is another classification with respect to this ecological pyramid, pyramid of ಬಯೋಮ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಬಯೋಮ್ಸ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಪಿರಮಿಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಯೋಮ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ನಾವು ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ಲಿ ನಾಟ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರಿಂಗ್ ಎನಿ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಏರಿಯಾ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಪಿರಮಿಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಯೋಮ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ನಂಬರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ ದ weight ಆಫ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಏನು ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಬಿಟ್ಯಾಟ್ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು, ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಎಕೋಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಸಿ ದಿಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಬೋತ್. Okay, primary producers and herbivorous, and the primary carnivores and top carnivores. So and again it will also have inverted. So big species, like so many producers will be there, diatoms ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, algae ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಯೋಮಾಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫೀಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತಿರ್ತವೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ದೇರ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಹೈ, ಅಂಡ್ ದೇರ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್, ಲೈಕ್ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಬಿ more. So in terms of biomass, with that particular area, it keep decreases, and the size you can see will be like large carnivore fish, maybe shark and all will have more biomass with respect to that particular area. So this is a pyramid of biome, and pyramid of energy is unidirectional. So this is very important. They don't have like idral pyramid of energy ಅಲ್ಲಿ just we have only one type, that is upward, upright ಅಂತಾನು ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. So I'll tell you, this is a very important part. Okay, so coming to ecological pyramid ಅಲ್ಲಿ pyramid of energy ಅಲ್ಲಿ, so as we as we saw this prime producers in the energy, it will keep decreasing from lower trophic to higher trophic level, right? So what is the percent of the energy it keep decreasing? See, this is 10,000 ಇಲ್ಲಿ 1000 ಅಂದ್ರೆ 10% ಆಯ್ತು. ಸೊ 1000 ಇರೋದು 100 ಜೌಲ್ಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಸೊ 100 ಇರೋದು 10 ಆಯ್ತು. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಎಸ್ 10% ಆರ್ 10% ಲಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಬೈ ರೇಮಂಡ್ ಲೆನ್ಮಿನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಒನ್ ಮೋರ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಎಸ್ ಎಕಲಾಜಿಕಲ್ ಎಫಿಷಿಯನ್ಸಿನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಲೈಕ್ to from one trophic level to another trophic level, how much of energy, it is not necessary 10% ಅಂತ, but sometime even more than that. Like sometime ಫೀಡ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಷನ್ ರೇಷೋ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸರ್ಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಹಾಕಿದಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಬರ್ತಾವ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಎಕಲಾಜಿಕಲ್ ಎಫಿಷಿಯನ್ಸಿ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇನ್ ಸೇಮ್ ವೇ, how much of producers are consumed by consumer and it is getting converted into energy. So that is very important. Then coming to bio magnification and bio accumulation, these are some of the two important aspects. So because of the shortage of time, I could not able to take much. So just quickly, please, if you have any doubts,